Okay, let's see here. So this is actually my first YouTube video actually talking about this stuff online and those kind of shit. So I'm just gonna start with the basics. I'm actually gonna start a topic about Naruto because these past couple of days I've been watching some videos on YouTube where people are actually talking about some things they think that are gonna happen in Naruto. But to my understanding, there are different things that they should be concerning themselves about more, with actual more evidence than we can actually talk about. So let's just start with something that everybody else actually talks about. Alright? So we're gonna start talking about Naruto getting the rinnegan. Now that's a basic topic because everyone knows that when he goes into the fox mode after he learns to control it and everything, he gets all the rinnegan body and the symbols and everything on him, you understand? So that would kind of be a typical talk. Naruto is gonna get the Rinnegan because think of it. He currently has Uzumaki blood, which is already linked to the Senju clan. Senju clan being from his father Minato, that no one actually knows who is his original parents, but we'll get to that. Understand? If you are not currently up to date with the manga, I suggest that you go read the manga, get up to date, and then come back and watch this video. Otherwise, you won't understand too much of what I'm saying. Alright. Anyways, so yes, Naruto is actually the Uzumaki, and Pain, which is Nagato, who was said to be given the Rinnegan by Madara. So Madara actually implanted Uchiha genes into Nagato, so they say, to in order for him to get the full access to be able to unlock the Rinnegan. Now my theories on this kind of commemorate, because listen, this guy started using the Rinnegan when he was just a little kid. When the hell did Madara get the time to install Uchiha cells into this kid? Unless he did some kind of jutsu. Seeing how they already said that currently Uzumaki clan is a descendant bloodline of the Senju clan, it is also possible. So we're not gonna actually commemorate too much on this either, because it is possible based on the information. And in order to use the Rinnegan as a basic weaponry like Pain and Madara from the manga, you would have to have the connections of both the clans, the Senju clan and the Uchiha clan, back together. Because, in fact, the real original Sage of Six Paths divided his power in two, which was his two sons, which started their own clan due to the fight that who was gonna have superiority over the other. The younger son did win, which was the Senju clan, and the older son created his own clan, which was the Uchiha clan. We all know this. Okay, so the only way possible for him to actually get the Rinnegan back is to reunite those two clans as one, the Uchiha and the Senju. Now, seeing how the Uzumaki is thought to be a descendant bloodline of the Senju clan, which makes Naruto perfect for this, seeing how Itachi gave him half of his power through that crow, which Soul says to be Shisui's eye. So that giving him the Uchiha power that he already needs has him complete capabilities of unlocking the Rinnegan. Itachi also did say he hopes the point in time does not come where Naruto would have to end up using the Rinnegan power. He didn't say Rinnegan in particular, but come on, we've been watching Naruto for a while now. We all know what this means. Okay, so let's come up of the topic of Naruto getting the Rinnegan for now. Well, it's actually more decent for it to be known that he's actually gonna get the Rinnegan. So let's move on. The theorists of people think that Sasuke is the one that's gonna enable Naruto to unlock the Rinnegan, in a case where they say he's gonna die. Now, seeing how where through watching Naruto we always see the times that he exceeds his limits and goes beyond is always when someone is in danger or someone is gonna die. Like for instance, if that guy fought Pain before he found out that Pain killed Jiraiya, he would have lost. Come on, we know this. But the mere fact he was fighting for someone, especially someone like Jiraiya, that's why he beat Pain. So they're saying that it's possible that Sasuke's death is going to unlock the Rinnegan in Naruto. My theory on this is that's not really an issue. I don't think they should allow Sasuke to die, because think of it. if Sasuke does die, then the whole point of Naruto's ambition is dead. What would be the point of it anymore? The only thing left would be to become Hokage. Now, what would be the point of Sasuke surviving? I mean, Sasuke dying and Sakura survives. The link would not be sufficient. So, in that case, I don't really believe this theory, but it is possible. Or someone else could die, like Tsunade, like which is our next thing that we're gonna talk about. Tsunade is actually the mother of Minato Namikaze. No one really knows this, but Minato was actually adopted. The reason why every time that Jiraiya spoke of Minato in front of Tsunade and she cries is because she's his mom. Now everyone should be thinking, really, that doesn't really make any sense. But think about it. She has blonde hair. Minato has blonde hair. From the clips that they showed back, the so-called parents of Minato both had dark colored hair. Think about it. Look at Tsunade. Put Tsunade and Flash on a photo and look at them. It's one face. Look at Dawn, her fiance. It's the same face, just the different hair. He has Tsunade's color here. Now, they also give you an example of a clue where they show you that Naruto is calling Tsunade Granny since the day he met her. Nothing else but Granny Tsunade. They're actually pinpointing clues to you in the entire episode of Naruto to show you exactly where and when things are gonna happen. So just think of it. Naruto calling Tsunade Granny isn't a big coincidence when he knows other older people in the village. Why doesn't he call all the old people Granny? Why just Tsunade? Understand? So Tsunade is the mother of Flash. Dan also is the father of Flash. That's why Jiraiya says to Tsunade every time they speak about Flash that he was almost Flash's father. That's because Jiraiya was always peninsulating his thoughts of being together with Tsunade, but he was never in one place at the same time. He was the wanderer. Tsunade settled down with somebody else. Jiraiya took Minato under his wing after Dan died, even though Tsunade ditched the kid. She drank alcohol since from that day. She was a gambler. Come on, every mother that gives her child up for adoption, she either gets drunk every day or gets in some financial problem, which also could be used as gambling. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. This is obvious stuff. Understand? Let's come off of this topic for a little while. You can comment more on this and I will elaborate more based on your comments. So based on whatever you have to say about the information provided, I'll be more elaborate. Okay, now let's talk about Madara. Everyone knows that the Madara we thought was Madara is no longer Madara. Well, never was Madara. This guy is so-called said to be Toby, the kid who died, the Uchiha kid who died during Flash and um, Kakashi's younger days. Um, and they say that that's a kid as Toby. But Toby wasn't that tall when he died. The only option I can see here for that to be who Toby is Shisui. They never said anything much about Shisui's death. They never even spoke about finding Shisui's body, which is kind of weird. A guy dies of the Uchiha clan and nobody found his body and then they just killed it. Well, Itachi did wipe off the whole clan, so nobody even got time to investigate the situation. But that doesn't matter. They never spoke about Shisui after that, till up to Danzo, who had Shisui's other eye. It still doesn't make much sense, because if Shisui did lose his right eye, why does Toby, have the right Sharingan? So it's kind of confusing. So the point of it saying that Toby could actually be Obito, because if you respell Toby, you get Obito. So the point of it being Obito, it's kind of making more sense, because Toby has his right Rinnegan, and Obito gave Kakashi his left Sharingan. So it kind of makes sense. But seriously, I think that kid died. But then, think of the other thing about it. When Toby was fighting Danzo goons, Toru and the other guy, when his hand got caught up in that virus thingy jutsu that guy used, he ripped off his arm. No, that was his right arm that he ruled out. He removed the arm completely, and there was like gushy stuff. So it's possible that he did some experiment on Obito's body, whereas half of his body isn't actually real. This also makes a perfect reason for him having those weird jutsus where people can actually pass through him and he's practically an illusion. He does have some of Shisui's power though, being able to teleport himself to an other world. That was one of Shisui's main powers. But that's something that they didn't really discuss further, so we're not too sure if it was just Shisui who had that power. Anyways, going on to the last topic, Minato Namikaze's origin. As I said earlier, that Minato is actually the son of Tsunade and Dan, that guy with the purple hair who died in the Second War. That's the reason why Tsunade had this phobia for blood. Not to get too much into it, but just to step on the minor walls. If any more detail is needed, I'll elaborate more based on comments. Okay? So we do know that Minato is the son of Tsunade. Point of Jiraiya always speaking about Minato in a third person when he's speaking to Tsunade. Tsunade always breaks down in tears every time Jiraiya talks about Minato. It could be just mother instincts, which always makes her feel guilty for leaving the kid with other people, and then Naruto growing up and not knowing his actual origin still after fighting Pain, who due to that battle makes him miss his father, Flash the fourth Hokage, and that was kind of epic due to him punching his father in the guts. Then later on he does meet his mom, who gives him a little more detail on his birth and what happened. Now, they did say that Madara, the real Madara, gained the rinnegan physically after fighting the first Hokage by getting his genes of the Senju clan. Possible. Now, if that is true, and they said he died a couple of years after he mastered the rinnegan, then we know for a fact that the guy Minato fought during the attack of the Fox 16 or 17 years ago was not the real Madara. It was actually Toby with the same mask. So that being said, due to the sealing of all those jutsus and the Reaper Death Seal, which was kind of weird because it kept me thinking, how the hell did he teach Sarutobi that Reaper Death Seal without somebody dying? But anyways, just touching on the topic. Any more details will be elaborated. Check me out on Blazing Lucario 1 on YouTube.